Love Halloween with my kids. But yeah, next year I'll get dressed up.
Brian, one positive is as few penalties as you have. That TNT wall clearly has worked. Are you happy about that? And was there any guy over the last few years who said, "Oh, why do we have to run to a wall"?
I mean, everyone's got their different ways of, showing how important those from penalties to, turnovers to communication to not blowing an assignment. Everyone's, whether you run a lap or, you run to a wall or, you just outright just yell at the guy or I think every coach has different ways to get that point across. And I think from a penalty standpoint, I think that's gotten across to our group. I hate to even talk about it because we'll probably go out there and, it won't be the way it's been the last few weeks. But there's a lot of other things on that wall that, we could do a lot better job with. So turnovers being number one on my list. So that's the goal for this week is to limit the turnovers and create some more. And hopefully we can get that done.
Seemed like there's a few last week that DBs got their hands on and couldn't quite bring them down. How do you kind of look at that, where it's guys who don't work on the judgment scene a lot, but those plays are still game changing?
I think, like you said, they're game changing plays. Every turnover is. Wherever it shows up, offensively, defensively, or in the kicking game, we had some opportunities last week. We didn't take advantage of them. They did, and that ended up being the difference in the game. That's the difference most weeks. So, I would say, I guess the silver lining there is that we did have some opportunities. But at the end of the day, it's just a long foul ball if you don't take advantage. So we've got to do a better job from that standpoint, whether it's getting on a fumble or making a play on an interception or punching the ball out. There's still several opportunities, and there have been over the last few weeks that we just have to we got to take advantage of.
You think Rashad or Kilgore have a good chance?
Both guys are they're really working, but we'll see. I think it'll be it'll be tight for both guys. So the injury report comes out in a couple minutes, so we'll see.
You guys obviously have the top waiver claim coming up, and Josh Gordon was just released by the Patriots. Did you guys put a claim on him?
Cam, those conversations are between Chris and I and Brandon, and I'm not going to give that information out, in a press conference. They're internal. We'll keep them internal. Obviously, we do work on everyone who on the waiver wire, so it's a daily thing. We look at everybody who's been waived, who's been terminated, practice squad transactions. I mean, we look at it all. So those guys do a really good job of our personnel staff. I mean, they do a good job of kind of scouring through it all, and you can basically, every guy that's on there, we have a conversation on. So obviously we talked about Josh, and we'll see what happens then.
After seeing Bobby McCain at safety back in April, May, obviously made the decision to leave him there, even though he could play corner. With Eric Rowe, have you seen enough at safeties? Obviously tackled well, done some other things well. Have you seen enough to want to leave him there, or do you think he's still a corner who you can occasionally play at safety when you want?
I think he's a defensive back. I think if it depends on the week, he could be a corner, it could be a safety, it could be a nickel, it could be a linebacker some weeks. So I think his versatility is important to us, and it's allowed us to do a few different things. So I think he's in a good place right now, and hopefully, he continues to grow in the position that he's in now. But that could change very quickly. I mean, we've had some, injuries at the corner position, and hopefully we can, what I know about Eric is whatever we need, he'll do his best and try to give it to us. So love that about him.
Preston leads the team in receiving and yards. Devontae leads in touchdowns. You got some contributions to Robert, Jakeem. gone through in the recent weeks. How do you like your receiver group where it is right now?
I like it. I think they're, we're gelling, as a receiver group, as an offensive unit. Quarterback, tight ends, O-line backs, receivers. But that group I think they've really done a good job. I think, they work well together. They watch film together. They, work out together. They do, there's a good, rapport and kind of working environment there from that group and a lot of other groups. So each one of them has their own, skill set. Hearns is tough, reliable, really good hands. Preston, obviously, he's made some big plays. Avante is the same way. Albert, is explosive playmaker. Jakeem is explosive as well. So we like them all. Even Isaiah Ford, he's gone in there and made a few plays as well. So I like the group, but we're just continually trying to get better and improve. All right. Thanks, guys.